Hiya guys, West Country Explorer here, and this is going to be another video in my Dorset Bash Churches series. You can see the church behind me. It's the church down in Wimborne, Minster. Oh, there you go guys. Yeah, that's pretty much saying it's 10 o'clock, so... Right, yeah, got the church bells in. Gonna let them ring. Yeah, but it's the Church of St. Cuthburga, I think that's how it's pronounced. So what I'm going to do is, going to walk around, show you the outside and the inside, and yeah, hope you enjoy guys. Fancy listening to the bells a little bit? Well, it's 10 o'clock, so they're going to be bonging a little while, aren't they? But anyway guys, yes, while the church bells are dinging, hope you enjoy. Come along for the ride. I'm going to take you around the outside guys. So I am with Ian, he's sort of loitering in the background a bit, so yeah, got a bit of company today. Yeah, we were just chatting about how there's different styles and all the rest of the outside of the church. It's obviously built at different times and all the rest. But for ages now I've been thinking of getting down to this church. Finally done it. See the little lamp up there. And one thing Ian pointed out to me, I might have missed it if I wasn't paying proper attention. Oh, if I zoom in guys. You see it? Yeah, the old quarter jack rings every 15 minutes on the bell. If I can zoom in a bit better guys. There you go. Interesting little character up there on the top. Right, zoom back in.
Amazing gargoyles up there.
Yeah, there is, isn't there? I do like a good gargoyle.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed with a lot of churches, that in modern times they've like put drainage pipes coming out of the gargoyles' mouths.
Yeah.
And that just looks so
Just
horrible.
spoils it.
It really.
A nice little stream outwards.
That's right. Yeah.
Right in the middle of this pavement.
That's right. Yeah. Now, when I turned up initially this morning, I was looking down there. I think that could be a nice place to go down if we could.
Is that the crypt?
Yeah, I think it's a crypt or something.
Always an interesting place to go.
Yeah, but unfortunately it's all locked up. So. Oh, the other day when I visited Plush, the little village of Plush over in West Dorset, there was an area to get down under the church where they told they stored the coal and that.
Oh really?
That was quite nice.
What, for the heating? Or?
Yeah, for the heating, sort of back in the old days. Yeah.
Because a lot of churches had heating put in Victorian times, didn't they?
That's
And
right.
you see
Yeah.
those big cast iron pipes running around through the floor. Presumably they had sort of coal burners that were stoked up before every service.
That's right. Yeah.
It'd take a long time to heat a church.
Yeah. So we've got a nice little green area just by the church, so you can come here and relax.
Stonemasons marks.
Ah,
Just the masons'
nice.
finishing marks.
A weather-worn figure, like face. But it's a nice little town, is Wimborne, Minster. Oh, a little narrow door there.
Classic sign of it developing over time.
That's right, yeah, part of the arch has disappeared. Yeah. as bits get added and all the rest.
There's all tombstones as well.
Yeah, they often do that, don't they? Sort of tombstones get incorporated into pathways and stuff like that.
Over holy and over beautiful house where my fathers praised thee. It's almost English.
Very old fashioned. Oops, bit of a snap there. Sorry guys. Ooh, interesting shaped window there. Alright guys.
Classic war effort there, taking away the...
Oh, there the railings, yeah. Take the load away, turn it into the bullets and all the rest.
It looked quite grand with the...
Oh, I'd imagine it would have done, yeah. That's quite a fair size old church, yes. That's another bit of a green area here. Oh yeah. Zoom in there. Yeah. Interesting little faces. What I'm going to do, guys, is jump up here a bit. Now that is an interesting tower. Got to make sure I don't walk on any graves. The old boot scrapers there. Like that. If you've got muddy boots, you can clean them up before going inside. Oh, look at this, guys. Sundial. Don't often see a sundial in a churchyard.
I think this one's a calendar as well, because it had, or at least something to do with date.
Yeah.
Either that or it's something to do with its position. It's got to have three different...
Yeah.
Not sure.
Yeah, because it's a bit different to a normal, like traditional sundial, so...
I'll retract that. I think it's to show the time through the whole day,
Yeah.
based on its position.
Good question, yeah.
Altar's normally east, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
I think,
So,
so that's probably east, I guess.
over, yeah,
So,
east over that way, I think, yeah.
1676.
Yeah,
That's done well.
it is. But it's certainly a bit different. Oh, that's quite a nice little tree there, isn't it? Well guys, we're pretty much done a full lap of the outside now. I think in a minute or two we'll be going inside.
That's got to have been built before that, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, different material. Yeah.
You can see like the building techniques have advanced because they've cut
right.
squarish blocks there.
That's
and
right,
this
yeah.
is just natural stone, isn't it, really?
Definitely, yeah. Alright, well there you go guys, that's a lap of the outside, so I'm going to take you inside. So that is quite nice, that is.
You've arrived on an organ tuning day.
That's right, yeah. So amazing. Sorry about that, guys.
So he's given me permission to use anything in there that's useful for what we do. Because I said to him, we were talking about doing
There's an old clock there. An old clock that's got the Earth at the centre of the solar system, back before they realised the sun was the centre. What a day for me to come here when they're tuning the organ. That's a bit of a distracting noise, actually, in a way. Wow, look at that, guys. Look at that. Now, one thing Wimborne Minster Church has got is a very old chained library. I think it's one of only 4 left in the country. I know there's one over in Wells Cathedral. So, unfortunately, can't go to this one today, but there's quite a few books from loads of books, but like from the 13th century, stuff like that. Oh, crypt, yeah. Wow, look at this. Blinking organ tune.
Yeah. Bad luck to come at this moment.
But hey ho.
Yeah, it's almost as good as my playing.
That's right. That's better. Oh, so much better.
Enjoy the peace one. Right.
That's right, yeah.
Stained glass windows just amazes me.
Oh, I do love a good stained glass window.
Wasn't one of the intents to sort of tell a story to people who couldn't read?
Yeah, that was
Each one is sort of meant to contain, generally,
That's
a large
right.
one, a story
That's
from the
right.
Bible. But when the sun shines through that,
But that's right, yeah. And that's why a lot of the old churches, they've got sort of like wall paintings painted on the walls, again, sort of depicting bits from the Bible for people who couldn't read.
Terence Crawford still got them.
It has, hasn't it? Yeah.
I'm guessing that's not from IKEA.
No,
Looks properly old, doesn't it?
that doesn't look like your ordinary flat pack. proper old chest, isn't it?
It's
They'd have kept their valuables in that in the olden days.
Just a patch. Who's this chap?
That is impressive. Wow, there's just so much detail in it, isn't there?
That's marble, isn't it? Carved marble.
Is it Edmund? Oh, how do you pronounce that? Vidal? Weddle?
Yeah, because a V is a U
Yeah.
in the Edmonds, so it's yeah, I guess it's Vidal or something, but it doesn't quite.
Yeah. Is that a V and a U or a couple
That's-
of U's?
yeah, that's-
You know,
that's
it
it.
still makes you
Yeah, I'll
wonder.
just say Edmund V.
Yeah.
Of Horton, which isn't far away. from
No,
us.
it's just up the road pretty much, isn't it? Yeah.
Need to do some research.
Yeah. I guess they must have touched up the colours over the years because it's still vibrantly coloured, isn't it?
Yeah, those family plaques
Plaques,
there
yeah.
really are quite bright, aren't they?
That's right, yeah. That's not the original paint. That would have been faded a long time ago if it was. Right, which bit haven't we been to? Up here. Right, if I can remember his name correctly, King Ethelred of the West Saxons, an older brother of King Alfred the Great. He's buried around here. He was buried at Wimborne Minster Church. I think it was Ethelred, one of the older brothers of King Alfred the Great.
Duke of Somerset here as well. 1444. More amazing marble. How much would that weigh, is it?
Oh yeah,
That's a bit heavy, isn't it?
yeah, a bit of weightage behind it.
Well, that's like granite, that.
I mean, that's a lot of detail there. I mean, there's just so much intricate detail everywhere. Ah, there you go. Here you go, guys. Look. Fills up already. Well, guys. Ooh, I haven't shown you this, have I? Look at this. I mean, the amount of detail on this pulpit. Dorset. Oh, yeah, I got that up there, yeah. Yeah, that is definitely amazing, that is.
You just want to lie on your back on the floor, don't you?
That's
For
right.
half an hour and just
Just
take it
stare
all
up at that, yeah.
Dorset.
Yeah.
It's almost the largest apart from Sherborne Abbey, I think.
Yeah.
But yes, there's a great deal of history in this church.
Oh, I'm always happy for you to tell me about it.
Are
Yeah.
you keen for me to just carry on?
Oh, yeah,
talking?
just carry. Yeah, happy for you to just
Yes,
carry.
because the oldest part of this church dates from about 1120, and it's this area here underneath the east tower. These columns here and the arches, they're the oldest part of the existing church, dating from around 1120. And then various other bits of the church got added at a later period. For instance, the arches on either side of the nave, with these sort of jagged arches, they date from around 1150. And the outer part of the church on both sides dates from the early 1300s, that's the early 14th century. The east end, that dates from the 1200s, that's the early 13th century at the east end. And the west end is the most modern part of the church, dates from around 1460.
Oh, wow.
Most of the windows date from the 19th century.
Oh, right, Victorian times,
during
yeah.
the Victorian period. And the church underwent extensive restoration around 1860, and the roof was completely redone then. For instance, at the west end, you will see a large window. Well, the stained glass in that window dates from around 1860. It was put up in memory of a certain young lady who sadly died in childbirth.
Oh, right.
I'll now tell you, and just briefly about the history of the church, which is very interesting because the church is built on the site of a nunnery that was built around about the year 705 by St. Cuthburga, who was the sister of King Ina, who was the king of this part of England, Wessex, because England at that time was divided up into several different kingdoms. And she started this nunnery round about the year 705, and it was a thriving place for more than 300 years. And then in the early 11th century, about 50 years before the Battle of Hastings, along came the Danes and absolutely pillaged it and razed it to the ground. And sometime later, this church was built on the site of the old nunnery.
Oh, right, yeah. Thank you.
And that's why this is known as a Minster church, because it was founded on the, it was built on the foundations of an old nunnery or convent, a nunnery or monastery, I mean to say. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
Is that what defines a minster then?
Yes,
That
that's
actually
it. It's
built on
because
the
it's
site of a-
because it's built on the site of an old nunnery
Yeah,
or monastery.
I see,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes, that's why it's called a minster. And if you like, I can tell you something about the
Oh, yes, please. Yeah, I'm happy for anything you want to tell us. Yeah.
Yes, oh yes, yes, but I can tell you. If you come along with me. This tomb is of the great-grandparents of King Henry VIII with the 6 wives. You know.
Yeah.
And the tomb dates from 1444. It's called the Beaufort tomb.
All right. Yeah.
And they were the parents of someone called Lady Margaret Beaufort, who was quite a remarkable lady in the latter half of the 15th century. She founded 2 Cambridge colleges and also founded the grammar school here in Wimborne in 1497.
All right. Yeah.
And it was on a site just the other side of the road, over there, the other side of the road. And the grammar school stayed there until 1970, when it was moved to a new site on the north side of the town, and it's now a comprehensive school taking about 2,000 local children from quite a large radius.
All right. Lovely. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And Lady Margaret Beaufort married a man called Edmund Tudor, and it was that gave the name Tudor to the Tudor dynasty. Because Lady Margaret Beaufort gave birth at the age of 13 to the future King Henry VII, who was king 1485 to 1509. And he was, as you know, the father of Henry VIII. Yes.
Excellent.
And I'll show you here. This is a brass that was put up in memory of King Ethelred, who was the elder brother of King Alfred. That's it. Now, King Ethelred was killed in a battle near here in the year 871, in a battle with the Danes, and on his death, Alfred became king, and he reigned for 28 years, until 899. And his capital was Winchester. He just reigned over this southern part of England. But this brass was made, as it says, 1440. But at the time of King Ethelred, this church did not exist. There was just the nunnery, which was a thriving place then. And so King Ethelred was buried somewhere in the nunnery, but we do not know where.
Whereabouts? No.
Yes, but this plaque was put up in the middle of the 15th century in memory of him. Yes.
Lovely.
Yes. Yes, the nunnery, which was here before the church was built, was a thriving place. In fact, they did missionary work to Central Europe and to Germany. It was a real big centre of Christianity in England at the time. It's a tomb of a man called Anthony Ettrick, who was a lawyer, lived in Wimborne, but his practice was in a pool, and he fell out with the people of the town here and made a vow that he would never be buried in this church. But later on in life, he changed his mind and felt he did want to be buried here after all. But so as not to break his vow, he had this recess built in the wall, And he had this tomb built during his lifetime. He was obviously a very wealthy man. It's a very expensive tomb. He was convinced he was going to die at the age of 70, which was going to be in 1693. But he actually lived to be 80. And he died in 1703.
Yeah.
So they tried rather unsuccessfully to alter the date, because the tomb had been built during his lifetime. Yes, and this is the name of all the members of his family. That's him and his wife Anne Ettrick, William Ettrick, his son, and his daughter-in-law, the other son Edward, and his daughter-in-law, and these were his two daughters, Anne Ettrick and Lucy Ettrick, and their husbands.
Very interesting.
Yes. In younger days, he made a lot of money through illegal smuggling of drink across the Channel, which went on a great deal, all along the south coast of England in those days. And the excise people tried hard to capture him and to bring him to a justice, but they didn't ever succeed. He always evaded them. And then later on in his life, he turned over a sort of new leaf and became a very respected member of the town. And he was made church warden. Yeah. So the local people were very ready to forgive him his past sins. And I think a lot of them had benefited from his illegal importation of drink from across the Channel.
Is he buried here then?
Yes, he is. He is buried here, I think.
Church organs, eh? What a day to turn up to the Minster when they tune in the church organ. So, yeah. But it was a giggle, guys. Yeah. Adds to the enjoyment of it all. So, yes, indeed. Well, guys, hope you've enjoyed, despite all the noisy ruckus that thing he was making. So, yeah, Wimborne Minster Church, and a nice little tour by the guy. So, don't think I found out his name. But anyway, yeah, he told us quite a few little interesting bits and pieces, so that was very enjoyable. So, I've certainly enjoyed it. It's been good fun. Hope you have as well, and thank you for coming along on the journey, guys. Yeah, look forward to seeing you in the next video, and in the meantime, the usual, stay safe, take care, God bless.